Slenderman, how you feeling? Oh, Slender, I'll let you go on ahead, and I'll be recording this shit. Where are they going? We're gonna run to the manager, she'll yell at us. No.
This isn't a hallucination. And I don't have my glasses on either. I mean, can I ask why? Can I know why? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Por qué estás vestido así de esa forma? ¿Por qué tienes esa máscara? ¿Quién eres? ¿Es la muerte? Satanás, muerte, death, devil. Who are you? Do you know who he is?
He's Slenderman.
He's who?
Slenderman.
Je voudrais savoir qui est. Je voudrais savoir si c'est notre Dieu. Si c'est notre Dieu qui tiendra pour la terre, je voudrais savoir qui tu es. Je voudrais savoir le vrai. Je voudrais savoir la vérité sur l'origine vraiment de Slenderman. Qui c'est Slenderman? Who is Slenderman? Quiero saber quién es Slenderman. Ik wil wissen.
May I ask what language you were talking in?
Which one? I've used them three. I've used
I knew Spanish.
You know Spanish?
And then I think
Okay,
one of them
let me
was
see.
French.
Eres de Dios. Eres de Dios. ¿Quién te mandó a la tierra, Slenderman? Quiero saber más de ti. Quiero saber más de ti, Slenderman. Quiero saber por qué andas en Seymour, Indiana. Where did you find Slenderman, Bill?
We were driving kind of near Taco Bell, and he was just
around Taco Bell.
Yeah.
You guys just want to make a run for the border, or what? Are we having like, you know, they're open to 4. You know, I like Taco Bell, Baja Blast. I love, you know, you cannot find Baja Blast anywhere. You have to go to Taco Bell to get
It's the best place.
You know, I love Baja Blast so much. I wish I could go buy some Baja Blast. But you know, that Pepsi's a corporation. And you see PepsiCo, well, I don't know, but they used to own Taco Bell, and have you taken Slenderman to Taco Bell?
He seems to like quesadillas.
You like quesadillas? Really? Have you taken him to other places to eat?
We've tried McDonald's, and
What does he think about McDonald's?
he eats it. He just...
Well, I eat it too. I could tell you a little story about McDonald's. You know...
How's it going? Nice to meet you. I just want to say hi real quick.
Yeah, sure.
How's it going?
Do you mind if I videotape you?
Yeah, sure. Can I get a picture with...
It's
with
Slenderman.
I don't mind.
Slenderman.
Do you mind,
I don't know
Slenderman?
who he is, and I don't know why he's here, but he's making a name for himself.
He is.
He is.
Let's just get a picture with the...
You know, I bet if we were to go see the toys right now, we could see Spider-Man, and we could see the Incredible Hulk, and we could see Thor, and we could see Captain America, and we could see all of these heroes that are coming out today in the media. Like Thor. Thor, though, that's a Norse god. And Thor, well, there was a mischievous god in Valhalla. His name was Loki. He was tricky. He had horns, didn't he? He had horns. He was, Loki wasn't good, was he? Loki was like just someone else. Yeah. Do you like Loki? Is Loki good? What about Thor? Do you... Okay, what other things can you tell me about? Does he go to the bathroom? Does he have bodily functions?
I've never seen him go to the bathroom, actually.
Really? Well, maybe he doesn't go to the bathroom, but he eats, right?
Yeah.
He eats. Okay,
I mean, maybe he's gone while I've been sleeping or something, but...
Maybe what?
Maybe he's gone to the bathroom while I've slept, or...
You say Slenderman has been with you for a week now?
Yeah.
He's lived in your home?
Yeah.
Where do you live?
I live down near Walnut Street.
You live on Walnut Street?
Yeah.
So you live in town? Bill, you can speak, Bill. Let me find out more about you. Can I find out more about you?
I'm a high school student.
Well, you're a high school student. You go here to Seymour?
Yeah.
Really? That's very interesting. How old are you?
I am 17.
Really? Well, you just came back to school now, didn't you?
Yeah, recently.
So what year are you finishing?
This year, I'm a senior.
You're a senior. So I have a feeling you're going to go on and study. What about this guy? Come here. Do you want to talk to him? This is Slenderman. You want to meet? You what? You think he's hot? Hey, he might like blondes. Slenderman like blondes. You never know. Don't.
Sir, may I ask who you are?
Well, I don't know what it really matters, but I will state my name, and you can ask me anything you want, Bill.
I just figured you were asking me a bunch of questions, so I just might be polite and ask you.
Well, sure, that's fine. You know,
I'm
getting to know Slenderman, but...
Can I have a handshake?
Sure, Bill, yes.
What's your name?
Well, my name is Darren. It's 2 R's and an I. There are many ways of spelling the name Darren. And then my middle name is Wayne. And then my last name is Darnell. D-U-R-N-I-L. Darren Wayne Darnell. I was born on March. March is the 3rd month of our... We see... I don't know where you're from, Slenderman. I wish I could... If I only knew a language... He doesn't speak Spanish. I mean, have you ever been able to make any... I mean, what about sign language?
kind of does charades. I don't really know sign language, so I don't know, but he...
So he communicates through signs.
Kinda, yeah.
Well, he's nonverbal, obviously. Or perhaps he speaks a language from... I don't know. We don't know where Slenderman comes from. He could be from anywhere. He could be anything in short. He could be a demon. Maybe there is life on other planets. But you see, if Slenderman does, if Slenderman were from another planet, because you see, he obviously has to breathe. He's a biped. He has 2 feet. He's a vertebrate. Like us, he has a backbone. And have you ever seen him bleed?
I've...
Have a knife?
No.
If we made him bleed, we could see if he has blood, and we could see if his blood is red or not. But I don't want to hurt Slenderman, what is that? Is that a marking? Is that a marking on your glove? Now, how long has he been here, you say?
I don't know how long he's been...
When did you find him?
I found him a week ago.
You found him a week ago. Have you ever seen him bathe?
He has been in the bathroom a couple times, but I don't know what he does in there.
Okay, all right.
I respect his privacy.
Sure,
so.
yeah, you should respect his privacy. Because, well, we don't know if he's a human being or not. We don't know where he's from. He might be from another world. But if he's from another world, Bill, obviously, I mean, he's breathing. So it would have to have an environment that if he's from another planet, it would have to be very similar to Earth because he's functioning in an environment. The gravitation would have to be the same. There would have to be water because, let's see. Let us think about what the oxygen is. Now, oxygen in our environment, it's like, is it like 80? Oh my. If your science teacher he's going to want to know the students. He's going to want to know about the content of oxygen in the air, in the atmosphere, and also the different types of the spheres, like the ionosphere, and all those global warming. Oh my gosh! Well, you see, stick one thing at a time. Now we're talking about oxygen content. Well, there's methane, and there's nitrogen, and there's obviously hydrogen, and there's oxygen. I wish I could remember the exact contents, but I think it's like 80% methane. I mean, it's not just pure oxygen. It's oxygen, but it's not like, oxygen. He got a toy.
Yeah,
You bought Slenderman a toy.
Here you go, dude.
Let's see if Slenderman can figure out how to use a toy. Slenderman. Maybe he needs to be shown. If he's not from here, he's just like a little baby. We have to teach him everything. He can't communicate with us. Slenderman, may I see that, please, Slenderman? Let me try to see this. Oh, Slenderman. This reminds me, Slenderman, when I was a little boy, well, they actually made these. There's a series called Batman and Robin. And boy, when Batman and Robin went against their arch nemesis, there was the Joker, who was played by Jack Hirschman. Was like, riddle me this. And then there was the Penguin by Burgess Meredith. And then there was the Joker by Cesar Romero. And the Joker, oh my, he wasn't much of a good Joker. And then there was Egghead, who was played by Vincent Price. And who else was there on Batman? Oh, there was the fat guy that was Victor Bruno. He played in Beneath the Planet of the Apes. He was a mutant. And he also, what was it? There was another one. It was one of his early. He was a Shakespearean. He was very talented, but he was a huge man. Victor Bruno. Victor Bruno. Yeah.
You got a phone call.
A phone call?
I think it's your mom. Come on,
Slenderman has a mom?
Yeah, he has a mom.
Do you know Slenderman's mom?
Yeah,
Wait a minute. If that's Slenderman's mom on the phone, Slenderman's... You hung up?
No, she's right here. I don't know where she's at. I think she's at home. I think she wants Slenderman back.
Well, but if that's his mom, she can speak and we can find out information about Slenderman. She can tell us. Are you talking to her in English? Is she communicating to you in English? Really? That's Slenderman's mom, and you're able to communicate with Slenderman. Then Slenderman's mom can tell us all kinds of things about Slenderman. And since she speaks English, then the mystery of Slenderman would be solved. And we wouldn't be sitting here in Walmart, I don't know what time, looking ridiculous and fools, especially since you're filming this and who knows going to see it. But I bet it's an experiment. I think it's an experiment for a psych class to see how someone, just a typical person, I think this is sociology. This is either a sociology project or a psychology project. Because what you have done is you have done something very unusual. You have set up an experiment. What you're doing is you're going into it's really a very interesting experiment. You're testing people's reactions to something very unusual. You know, there are horror movies. And, you know, he could be considered like Michael Myers. But Michael Myers had a Captain Kirk, William Shatner.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's just a white face. White is a good color. But, you know, white can mean purity, but in some countries, like in Arabic-speaking countries, it could be a sign of mourning. And then you've got black, you see. Some people might interpret black as something very sinister, like death. You see, black is kind of the color of mourning, but you see, it's all culturally context because you've got white on, but in some countries, and white is a good color for us in our society, in our culture, because we associate with white with purity, and but in other countries, it depends on the cultural context. Everything, I hope this is good, and I hope you're getting some great information, whoever this is for. But you see, my interpretation to Slenderman depends on what my native culture is, what my native language is. Yes, because language is the vehicle of culture. If I had been born in, if I were Mexican, I would say you are the santo. I would remember those out of the Mexican movies, esta época de oro, in the 1950s, and there was a wrestler, and there's a tradition of lucha libre. Yeah, lucha libre in Mexico. So see, if I were Mexican, I would think Slenderman was cool. But I just didn't know anything about Slenderman. And there is a work.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, but I'm not finished. I can go on.
Well, it's getting kind of late, and we're going to go.
But I want to... Could you give me a few minutes?
Yeah, I can give you a couple more minutes.
Well, there is a book. All right. It's called the Holy Bible. It's the book of Christianity. And in it, it says, "Judge not lest you be judged." I didn't know anything about Slenderman. I just saw a very unusual person. Some people might feel intimidated by him because of his size. If you had gone to an elementary school, oh, Bill, I hope you never take him to an elementary school, because I used to work in elementary school. And sometimes I would be and people would be intimidated because of my voice. And I'm 6'3", and I weigh about 500 pounds. And look at me, I'm 42 years old. Oh, there's my wallet. I better keep a hold of that. And I get looks at all the time because I'm 42 and I let myself get in terrible shape because I made wrong choices. And I'm very repentant about the choices I made because that book I'm talking about, called the Bible, it says that the body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. And boy, I don't know what Christians would think of me because, you see, there's one thing about, I can't hide this, but if you're an alcoholic, you can hide that successfully, and people do. If you're illiterate, you can function, and people will never guess you're illiterate. You know, there's all these things you can do to cover up. If you're into drugs, well, you can hide that. Like if you're a heroin addict, you know where to shoot up in the right places. But if you're morbidly obese with a body mass index of 60, guess what, boys and girls? You can't hide it. Well, this is yours. This is your Slenderman. Slenderman, it's like this. See, I don't know where you're from, but you see, if I were a cultural anthropologist, I would have to teach you, because perhaps you are from some vast civilization. I don't know. But he was talking to your mother, he said. Well, you know, E.T. phone home. E.T. phone home. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Eating van home. You would play like this, or you could do this, Slenderman. Look, you could do it upside. You know, we have lots of choices in life. We get lots of choices. All the time. We're bombarded with choices. But there's a right way and there's a wrong way. And the wrong way is the broad way. That's the path that maybe 80 people say. But then there's the narrow path. And maybe, I don't know, I don't think many people take the narrow path. I think the narrow path is very hard to choose. The broad path, everyone takes the broad path. The broad path is the easiest. The broad path. Oh, el camino ancho es lo más fácil de agarrar, pero el camino estrecho es lo más difícil. Porque para agarrar ese Slenderman, here. Excuse me, do I know you? Come here. Could you introduce ourselves? I don't know what's going on, but you and I know each other, don't we? This is your wife, right? Hermana Josefa. Well, hello. Qué casualidad. El mundo sí es un pañuelo, ¿no? Yuchar Dios ayach mamin. Yuchar Dios ayach mamin. Yeah. Kawalishta watiknekun. Kawalishta watiknekun. Kawalishta watiknekun. Anana ater smuner hello kikiklok smas ater smuner hello kikiklok. What language is that? Oh mon Dieu, je ne sais pas. Maman, je peux parler très bien. Je peux parler le français, j'étudie l'allemand, j'étais à l'anglais, que c'est mon langue maternelle. Arabe. Salam alaikum. والله ما كان على بالي يا هوا والله ما كان على بالي يا هوا والله ما كان على بالي يا هوا.
Ahí te lo dejo.
Dios sache mí. Dios sache mí, hermano. Hermana. Y usted necesita este jugo de naranja para
Sí,
mejor.
Bueno, está bien, adiós.
Ay, qué lástima que no esté Pablo. Hermano presidente Pablo, ¿por qué no puede estar viendo esto? Loco de río. Buenas noches. All right, you guys have any questions for me? Can I go do my shopping? I mean, is Slenderman in trouble by his mom?
Yeah, I think so.
Really? So
I think he's getting laid.
Then we don't know his age, but maybe, but wherever Slenderman's mom, they're from, she's a mom. Just like a human mom.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter Because a mom's always going to be mom. It doesn't matter if Slenderman is 5 or 42 or whatever. Moms are always going to be moms. So if that's the case, I think I don't want Slenderman's mom to worry about him. It might be past his... What time is it?
It's about, what, after 12?
Really? Do you guys like to stay out that late at night?
No, he just
Slenderman was just wanted
one of those right there.
yeah.
Is that all he wanted?
Yeah.
So
You haven't taken him to the other toys? Has he been to... I wonder if this is...
He's been down the toy aisle.
Has he
doesn't
been?
like- he
Is
just
this the
wants
first
that.
time? Bill, have you ever taken Slenderman to Walmart before? Or is this his first time?
I've taken him to Walmart before, yeah.
Oh, so it's not his first time. Oh my, what a dummy I am. I'm making assumptions. You know what happens when you make assumptions? You make an ass, A-S-U, yeah.
Yeah, but you know, normal people just laugh at him and walk by. You're being a good person.
I'm very different. That's
Thank
for
you.
Sure. You're welcome. If I could ever be any further assistance, my phone number is 498-2712. And my email is, I don't know if you guys will ever need to talk to me again. I don't know if it's for your church, or I don't know if it's a project, or I think it's a school project.
It's for our school sociology class.
Really? Well, I think your teacher's going to be happy with me.
Yeah.
That language I just sang to, these people that came here are true Indians. Now, most people in Seymour, Indiana, don't know that there are about 175 to 200 people from Guatemala, from one province in Guatemala called Huehuetenango. This is Huehuetenango. It's in Huehuetenango. It's a province in Guatemala. You know, I majored in Spanish. I didn't know there were 22 dialects in Guatemala. They tell me if you go from Seymour, that's a dialect. You go to Brownstown, it's a dialect. You go to, anywhere. Austin, Crothersville, North Vernon, Columbus. Yeah, it's another dialect. I didn't know that about Guatemala. And I studied Spanish for 4 years in high school. And I majored at Hannibal College. And I traveled to Costa Rica 3 times, and I've been to Mexico 3 times. And I speak about 10 languages. But you see, people make discrimination. They just see me. Oh, he's just a fat dummy. What's he gonna know? But that was a song in their indigenous dialect. You see, they have a church here. Oh, you guys must... Oh, no, wait a minute. It's Labor Day. Labor Day. Now, that's interesting because Labor Day in all the other parts of the world is on May 1st. But, like in the Soviet Union, it's on May 1st. All the communist countries, Labor Day is... But you know, we're not a communist country, so we don't have Labor Day on... The United States always has to be different. The rest of the world uses the metric system. But yet, we still use feet and inches. And we use pounds. For example, I weigh about 500 pounds. I don't know. But that's about 220 kilograms. And if you measure me in feet and inches, I am about 6'3". In centimeters, that would be 190 centimeters. That would be 1 meter and 90 centimeters if I were in any other country. And this is about, I don't know, I really need to go on a diet. You know, that's another thing. I would like to know why the cheapest food in this country is like McDonald's. I mean, we could take a little experiment right here. Chips is cheap. Anything that's going to make you fat, like Kraft macaroni and cheese, it's really expensive. If you're poor, that's what you're going to buy. But let's sound like some real good food. If we were to go over here to the produce section, we would see that a pineapple costs like $5. Or let's say an avocado. An avocado would maybe cost $3. But in Mexico, that's only like, you could buy maybe like one avocado for maybe like 10 cents. Now, the average minimum wage in Mexico is $6. Do you know what you can buy for $6 a day in Mexico? One carton of milk. It's not plastic. It's a carton, like a cardboard. It's not plastic like we have. No, it's cheaper material. Because you should know that when you buy a product, a lot of the money you're paying on the material and the packaging, not the actual product yourself. Boy, I have a lot of things I could say. But that language I was speaking in is called Chu. It's C-H-U-J. Now, you can have some fun with that if you look that up on the internet. because, you know, Wikipedia. Wikipedia says that dialect, there's only 40,000 speakers in that little province called Huehuetenango. It's Huetenango. And we have people from Huehuetenango. Do you speak Chu? Oh, no, you've got that. You see, he was the pastor of that church, and that was his wife. Well, his wife is not Chu. She doesn't, she does speak the dialect. But that lady there, she speaks 4 languages. But she doesn't speak English very well, but the languages she speaks are indigenous dialects in Guatemala. And that is my pastor, and his name is Pastor Sebastian Nicolas, and he has children that just started going to in Seymour, Indiana, right by the alley. Seymour, Indiana. Oh, it's the place the Reno Brothers, 1898, the world's first. It's also the home of Katie Stam. Do you know Katie Stam? She was listed Miss America. Oh, I wish I could have a language. I could teach you things about why Seymour is important. The crossroads of America, down by the railroad tracks. Oh, the railroad industry. It was very important in Indiana. Well, I'm just going on.